I'm a director of the Suwon International Photo Festival. My festival located in Northeast Asia, in South Korea. This is the 11 photographers' works from the 9 different Asian countries. Nowadays, they are moving to another country to escape from the natural disasters. And this situation of the Asia, it built their own different, unique landscape. We believe photography is the paper mirror of our mankind. And photography is very easily shows what happened nowadays in Asian countries. With this contemporary art works, we wanna introduce what happened in Asia nowadays, and where we living and where we looks like and where we thinking about. Photography can be a good introducing Asian country to other continent. So we believe power of the photography mediums. This exhibition is very meaningful in our festival. This is the first moment to show Asian international photographers' works in Central Europe. 2 years ago, we made a good relationship. Our good relationship is started from Georgia. I met director of the FOTO-GEN Gallery from Batumi Photo Festival, and we started to understand to each other. So, this is the first project between Poland and Korea, and through this project, through this exhibition, I really wanted to power over the Asian photographers' works. And next step, we will more focusing about introducing Polish photographers' works to Korean audience, because Polish photography artworks is not knowing in Korean photo scene before. We are really interested about what happened in here, but there was no some people has information about Polish artists. But nowadays we started to getting know each other, and now I started to getting more information about their brilliant works. And maybe next step I can really detailedly explain about their own world of the photography medium. After World War II, Korea was divided by two countries, North and South, by Soviet Union and American. And then our countries, we are turning to very different way. North is they changed to their culture to communist style, and South Korea we are turning to very American style and by the globalizations. And if we're talking about how different between North and South Korea, it's very difficult to explain, to make understand. But Yusuke Hisida, he's the known photographer and producer for the television program, television channel in Japan. He spent 1 decade in North Korea and South Korea, and he made a very smart and unique portrait project in North and South Korea. You can see North Korean peoples in the left side, and right side you can see South Korean peoples. He made a list of each images. He chose the soldiers, North and South, and some boys, North and South, and girls, and wedding couples. He made the list, and he successfully took a very nice portrait project like this. During the World War II, Japanese Empire Army, they bring a lot of Koreans to Russian territory, include Salinsk. Almost 0.7 Koreans moved to Russian territory, and they working as slave workers. And one family, mother and father, they bring one kid. His name was Jeauk. And when he was growing up, he decided to be a photojournalist in Salinsk. And he got a job for the Korean Community Society newspaper in Salinsk city. So he spent his whole life as a photojournalist for the newspaper. And for the newspaper, he recorded their own life, what happened in Salinsk. And I think this is very meaningful documentation about their life in Salin, because for a long time we don't have any idea about these peoples, because they are totally forgotten for long times. After World War II, finally we got independence from the Japan, but these peoples cannot coming back to Korea after that, because Cold War was coming to our world. So finally, 1990, we made a diplomatic relation between Russia and Korea, and then we getting to know what happened there in Salinsk. And I think this is the only record of that story. For he spent almost 30 years to record their life in Salin. This is the very unique and important documentation about Korean society in Salin and northeast area of the Siberia. Koreans, they are living very hard, and they struggle to survive during the Soviet time. And if you see these pictures, you feel very miserable life, what happened in there. And finally, they really wanted to coming back to Korea for a long time, but there was no opportunity for until 1990s. And my government, they started to bring back from 1991. So that airplane is the first aircraft from South Korea to Salinsk. And that time, these old people, they came here, Salin, when they are very small kid, but they turning to already very old guys. And finally, they got Korean passport now and coming back. So this is very emotional moment of Salin Koreans, because really missed about their homeland for a long time, but almost after 50 years they getting to know their family members still living in Korea, and they can meet finally at the half century. Welcome to this exhibition. If you're coming to FOTO-GEN Gallery now, you can see you can see whole Asia's perspective you can get, and we try to show potential and power of the Asian photography here. So welcome and see you here. Thank you.